bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, he first began hooping it up as a high school and then a college basketball player. But since 1972, he's been playing tennis ever since. Hi, I'm Janelle Wolfe, and you're watching Comcast Newsmakers, an exclusive presentation of Comcast. Joining me now is the president and CEO of the Black Tennis Foundation of Philadelphia Incorporated, Bernard Chavis, and we welcome you to the program.
Well, thank you for having me.
Why the change? Why suddenly going from the big ball to the little ball and the racket and a whole different animal here?
Well, it had to do with not being able to keep up with the youngsters anymore and wanting to keep involved in some type of physical activity. And tennis came to mind, and from a competitive standpoint, in competitive tournaments, they go by age divisions, 25s, 35s, 45s, 55s, and so on. So you're always playing against someone that's your own age. So it's competitive that way.
How much interest is there from the African-American youth community in tennis? Because traditionally it seems that all the hype is with football or basketball, and tennis is more of like a frou-frou, upper-class white girl sport.
Yeah, that's a good question. What happened? The height of tennis was at its zenith in 1973, I believe. Then it took a downslide, and part of it had to do with the equipment. Unlike basketball, you take a basketball and go out on the court, and that's
all you need.
Tennis, you need the sneaks, the balls, the rackets, etc.
And a court, sometimes hard to find.
And a court, you're absolutely right. And so to bridge that gap, organizations like the one that I helped co-found, the Black Tennis Foundation, we felt it was important to be able to get these kids interested and being able to sort of level the playing field, so to speak, and make the equipment available, and in many cases give them equipment to get them started.
And you're also giving out quite a bit of scholarship money too?
Yes, we do that. We mentor the kids. Role modeling is important, especially among African American youngsters. They need to see successful role models to know that they can make it also. So we have a mentoring program as well. Yeah.
Let's shift gears and talk about the book, The Game of Tennis. It's an African-American journey. Tell me what we can expect after picking up this book.
Yes. Well, what is happening, I've been fortunate that the United States Tennis Association, for the first 69 years of their existence, barred African-Americans as well as Chinese Americans from playing or being administrators in their association. And it wasn't until 1950, when the color barrier was broken with Althea Gibson, that they began to make a change. They made a concerted change in the middle 90s by bringing in a program specifically for what they call a minority participation program, specifically to break down those barriers and make it more available. I became involved and was fortunate enough to be able to go up to the upper echelons of tennis and administration and et cetera. And the book is about my walk through that in breaking the racial and cultural barriers in tennis and society.
And you are doing something special with the proceeds, I hear.
Yes, one half of the proceeds from the sale of the book are going to fund some of the activities that we do. We also have a big fundraiser, a tennis social and tennis tournament every year, and auction at the new Arthur Ashe Youth Tennis Center in Manayunk in September. So that's where we get the money to fund the things we do.
How do you get your tennis fix over the winter months when it's so cold and we look outside the window and we see all the snow out there?
We play indoors.
Are there a lot of places, though, where you can do that around Philadelphia?
Surprisingly, there are about 7 or 8 indoor centers. It's very expensive to play indoors. So what most people do is to get a group of about 8 to 12 people and split the costs and work out a schedule where they can play indoors for the 26 weeks in the winter.
All right, Bernard, thank you for joining us. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And I'm Janelle Wolfe. You've been watching Comcast Newsmakers here on CNN Headline News. You can find us online at cn8.tv.